Hello and welcome, Virgo, to your August 2023 horoscope. My name is Jeff Smith. I am your professional astrologer here at Raise Your Vibration TV, bringing you the cosmic outlook for all the energies for August 2023. Virgo, every reading I talk about, it's love, 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 love. And this month is no exception. Okay, but first, what we're going to do, we're going to do a couple things a little bit differently. I want to focus on where all these retrogrades are taking place in your chart for quite a while. At the end of August, we are going to have 8 planets in total retrograde. So, what I wanted to do at first is kind of give you the general direction of where it's going to be taking place, especially all the retrogrades in areas of your life. We're going to look at the houses that they're taking place, asking you to get some perspective and review. And then we're going to look at where the sun is traveling from now until the end of the month and how that's going to affect you. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your solar chart. There it is. So let's look at all the retrogrades. Let's start at the top. In your 8th house, we have the North Node, which has to do with destiny. And we also have Chiron, that looks like a little key. That's the wounded healer there. This is where deep wounds can be healed, okay? I find this very relevant. Both of these, very relevant. Some astrologers use them in forecasts, some don't. I think it's very relevant at this time, all right? So what is happening is in your 8th house. So this is about sexuality. This is about the occult. This is about life and death. This is you reviewing how you look at these things. Are you going to heal yourself in some of these areas? Are you going to step into some of these areas? A lot of you are a lot of Virgos are using their intuition heavily, and it's serving you. I hope it is. Strengthen that intuitive muscle. And then this is where the focus is. Again, we're going to go into the 7th house, which is about relationships. And things are retrograde here. We got Saturn, which is in a weak placement in Pisces. Although Neptune is in Pisces, it's in its ruler. It's very strong, however, it's retrograde. So this is asking you to review how you look at love. You're being too restrictive in it. No, I don't need love. I'm not ready for it. I'm not this. And I think Neptune is playing a big part in this. And as we move into the month, we'll get to that a little bit later. We're going to find out that you are going to be asked to lift that veil, okay? And open yourself up to love. Then we have Pluto is retrograde in your 5th house. So again, that has to do with love and relationships, romance. And it's square the nodes. You're almost resisting this. But what the universe is asking you to do is shake it off, sister. You know what I mean? If not now, when? Open yourself up to love. Everything is kind of setting the stage for you to realize that, yeah, I'm ready for a relationship, okay? And then we've got Venus retrograde, and it will go direct September 3rd, September 4th, around there. So again, it's you looking at your self-worth. How do I feel about this? Okay, and it's making some harmonious aspects to these planets in the 8th and the 9th, but it's going to be moving forward. It's going to have a whole new view. This is going to be a good time for makeovers and getting your self-image moving forward, okay? We still have Mars in Virgo that will be moving into Libra later in the month. So this is great time for action, okay? The sun is going to be moving from your 12th house from here on in, and then it's going to transition into your sign on the 23rd, all right? So what I wanted to show you is just the general influences of what's going on here. Now we have 2 full moons this month and a new moon. The full moons are going to be taking place in your 6th and 7th house. So right here, we've got the full moon in Aquarius happening on the 2nd of August, is going to be happening in your 6th house. This is asking you to change up your routine, find inventive ways for you to move forward, okay? Switching up your routine, getting down to it. And then we also have the other full moon in Pisces happening in your 7th house. See, it's all leading up to things. And then we have the new moon in Leo right about here in your 12th house. So this is about new ideas of the way that you think. Am I open to a relationship? Can I do this? Is it time? And I say it is. So what we're going to do differently here is every month I go ahead and write out on a calendar all the celestial events that are happening that are relevant for every sign. And this month, right when I started to record these, Spirit said to me, you know what? Let's go ahead and instead of walking them through it and just staring at a wheel, let's go ahead and take a picture of the calendar and then walk them through that. So that's what we're going to do. So here is August. Yeah, it's not centered in there, but at least it shows all the aspects. So this is what I do. I write this out every month for the forecast. This is how I go through every day. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, I want you to note that all the lunations are taking place on Wednesdays this month. In July, they all happened on Mondays. That was great because I held a meditation class I still do hold a meditation class on Mondays, so they all lined up really cool. But it's no bother. Now it's on Wednesdays. So in the middle of the week of every week this month in August, Virgo, the energy is going to shift. And holy shit, is it going to shift. So that full moon happened in your 6th house of getting things done. Your routine, your diet, trying different things. You know what I mean? It's trying to illuminate things in your life to, you know what, we got to change up our routine. We got to get to work here, okay? The weekends in August look really harmonious. Saturdays and Sundays look really harmonious until we get to the end of the month. But this is kind of like our cool down times, and then all of a sudden it ramps up in the week. So the 5th and the 6th is an excellent time to just get things done. The moon moves into Taurus on the 7th, so it's a grounded energy from the 7th to the 8th for you. And then it moves then we go into I call them wonky Wednesdays. The moon moves into Gemini. Mars, the planet of action, is square Uranus, so there's a shakeup here. We're definitely going to find out something in the news on the world stage. Communication becomes a little bit more better. That 9th, man, we're going to find out some heavy news on the world stage. And then we're moving towards the weekend. Thursday, there's a nice sextile between the moon and sun. The luminaries are harmoniously working together. And then Friday, we're going to be moving. The moon moves very fast in signs. Usually 2 days the moon moves into a different sign every 2 days. So Friday, it's setting up for moon moving into Cancer. We've got the moon in trine with Saturn on the 12th. The 12th and the 13th looks like probably one of the best weekends for the month. Then the sun makes a conjunction with Venus retrograde. Even though it's retrograde, it's still a great aspect. So the sun is shining in Leo. It's a great time to be alive. Everything's kind of working together. And enjoy it, because then on Tuesday the 15th, the sun squares Uranus. We're going to find out some more news. And then we have the new moon that's happening in your 12th house in Leo. That's going to be happening at 23 degrees Leo. But we also have Mars, the planet of action, trine Uranus after it was square on the 9th. So the energy again shifts. New moons are an excellent time for you to plant the seeds of your desires. From the 1st of the month all the way to the 16th, you have plenty of opportunity to release anything that you need to subconsciously. And with you, Virgo, it's going to start paying off as the 16th rolls in. All right. So use that new moon energy in Leo. So that's shining as brightly as the sun and letting the sun kind of dissipate the dark in your life. Okay. Then we get on to frustrating Thursday. The moon is opposite Saturn, so our feelings are a little frustrated, but they even out on the 18th. Now we take action. Now we got another good weekend. The moon moves into Libra, so it's a more balanced energy. Sunday, the 20th, the moon makes a nice sextile to Venus, so it's just a really good, feel-good kind of day. And then Monday, everything turns to shit. The moon moves into Scorpio, and then, oh, excuse me. And then here we go again. Mercury is going to make a good aspect to Pluto. So it's time for not drastic communication, a flowing communication. And I hope it happens for you before, because Mercury is going to be going retrograde on the 23rd. However, Mars is going to be making an opposition to Neptune. Remember, I said that this was going to happen in your chart, in your seventh house of relationships. This is when the action is taken to lift the veil in your relationships. All right. Then, and it's perfect timing for you, Virgo, because then the sun moves into your sign. Now it's Virgo season on the 23rd. However, at the same time, Mercury goes retrograde. And Mercury is going to be retrograde from the 23rd all the way to September 14th. So there's a 3-week time period there where you want to really back up your computers, your phones, that kind of thing. A lot of electronics go wonky at that time. Miscommunications of all sorts. Virgo, make lists. That's what you do best. All right. And then as we move forward, so now we've got 7 planets retrograde, but at least Mercury's short and sweet. But it can still wreak some havoc. So just be aware of that. Anytime Mercury goes retrograde, it's time to get to the drawing board and revisit what we need to do. Okay. Now we've got the moon moving into Sagittarius. We've got Mars trining Pluto here. So, it's time for action. We're moving into the weekend on the 25th. The moon makes a nice trine to Venus. Again, feel good stuff. All right. Then we move into a fellow Earth sign in Capricorn on the 26th, and then everything starts to get wonky again. Mars, the planet of action, is moving into Libra. So it's forcing this balance, And then we've got the sun, because now it's in Virgo, is opposite Saturn. So again, there's frustrations here. How do I move forward? Mars is adding that Libra energy. And then the week begins with Uranus going retrograde. Uranus is going to be retrograde from the 28th all the way to January 27th. So all this wonky energy is going to kind of subside. But now Mars is in Libra, so it's justice. We need justice. And on the world stage, you are going to see plenty of that. Very volatile time in America. And this month is going to really set things off. And you heard it here first. All right. So we're going to close off the month with that full moon that's going to be taking place in your 7th house. This is Pisces. This is you emotionally letting go of things. I'm ready for a relationship. And I'm going to tell you something. September is going to be a game changer for all of you Virgos. And this is an excellent time for you to get in right with your emotions, open up to a relationship, leveling up in your relationships, Virgo. It's going to be one F of a time, all right? Crazy energy this month, but we can handle it. And as long as you dot your I's and cross your T's, you're going to be fine. But for some of you single Virgos out there, I really want you to start focusing on, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm in a good space in my life, and I'm ready to do it. Don't forget to watch your tarot reading for the month also. It's still relevant. It still goes throughout the whole month. And Virgo, it's going to be a crazy month. Remember that every Wednesday, the energy is going to shift. So if you know that in advance, get ready for it. Plan, plan, plan. All right, Virgo, let me know in the comments if you like it. I really like the calendar mode going on here. It makes things a lot easier. And I will see you in September. Wow. Thank you.